Hi, everyone. Bill Wrenchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. Hope everyone is having a nice Wednesday. Wednesday means it is Crime Stoppers Day, and we're happy to have Captain Aaron Pembleton with the UNL Police Department in the house to talk about a couple issues. Couple of issues that we have, not only a couple crimes that we want to talk about, but it's football season now.
It is football season.
You guys are busy.
Yes, all the sports and volleyball.
Yep. And basketball.
Are we a volleyball school? Football school.
Well,
Coach Rule's trying to
right
make them back to football, but yeah, the volleyball team is legit, so that's awesome to see.
They're really, really good.
Right, yeah.
That Kentucky match was nuts.
It was.
And I was sitting there watching Captain Baker in the background. I think they're in Lexington. Right. I'm like, man, it's got a great seat. And he appeared in one of Harper Murray's TikToks.
Did he really? I haven't seen that yet.
You're going to have to give him some grief.
I will. I'll have to pull that up before I leave here, and then when I get back, be like, you have something to tell me?
Yeah. All right, so first one that we'll talk about is something that you see on campus very often.
Yes, we do. There's a lot of them.
A bike theft.
It is. It's a bike theft. But it's also the version of 2025 bike theft because it's an e-bike. E-bike theft, yes.
This is the picture of said, well, I don't know, is that the bike or is that just the model?
Think that is the bike. I think that's a picture that the victim had, and so that is the bike that was taken. So
okay. But the bike was taken, but then the bike was actually returned.
It was. So this individual that left with the bike apparently had a change of heart or something happened, and they brought the bike back. Several days later, or it might have been a week or so later that the bike came back, but the bike was damaged when it came back. So we still want to talk to this individual because we still have some stuff that we need to handle. But yeah, this occurred on August 17th. Around 10:10 in the morning, this individual came into one of our parking garages where the bike was locked up, cut the lock, and then rode off with the bike. They were wearing a white shirt, bluish shorts, had black and white shoes, a hat. They were also carrying which is kind of interesting. It's a bag. It's one of those hot and cold bags from like Hy-Vee or a grocery store.
Okay.
So again, black male individual, we estimate to be in his 40 or 50s, approximately 5'7" ish.
So he looks a little older.
Yeah. So if you've seen this individual or know anything about him, we'd like to give him.
Have a chat
with him. Again,
kudos to him for returning the bike.
It is nice that he brought it back. So, but again, he took it for a little while and used it, and but again, there was some damage that occurred to the bike too. So
I'm not saying I would ever steal an electric bike. I'm not sure I would know how to ride away. Is it just like a regular bike? Can you just get on and pedal the pedals?
There are
or
different
is there
variations.
A start button,
there are some of them that you have to turn on so the battery knows to be alive and that kind of stuff. And then some of them you pedal and then the electric motor kicks in and it's a pedal assist.
Okay.
So it just runs when you're pedaling. Others actually have a full throttle that you don't have to pedal at all and you can just hit the throttle and it'll just go without
because that looks like a fancy bike.
Yeah, it was valued.
And I imagine it's not like, I just need a new chain. It's going to be $10, put a new chain on.
Yeah, it was valued at about $1,000, I believe, was the value of this bike. So
okay. And so again, I'm assuming he's still looking at maybe like a theft charge.
Yes,
even though he returned it.
Yeah, I don't know if we would go that far, but we would still want to talk to him about the damage to the bike and then some form of restitution or maybe a small vandalism charge just because of the damage of the bike. He did return it, so he kept it away from the person for a short time. But since we had recovered it already, I don't know if the theft charge would be applicable at this time. We still probably by the letter of the law could, but I don't know if we would. But again, at least the vandalism part to get something back for the victim of this crime.
And you mentioned it both but with this and with a previous time that we've talked, that the owner looked up the serial number, and it did match that it was his bike.
Yeah.
But again, that is something serial number he can send to you guys.
They can register with us through our website. Yeah, that way if he didn't have it or he looked at it once and then put it in our system, then he's like, hey, my bike was stolen. And we're like, do you have the serial number? And he's like, I don't, but I registered it with you guys, and then we would have it. So we'd be able to get to it and look it up and then be able to put it where we need to.
All right, so again, this individual right here is who we would like to talk to. Again, this is a case that you can find on the Crime Stoppers website, and if someone knows something, Captain Pembleton, what's the best way to get in touch?
They can always call us at our direct lines, 402-472-2222. They can text us at the 472-5552 number. They can also go to our website at police.unl.edu, or if they want to get involved with the Crime Stoppers, where the reward would be eligible for any information that can lead to an arrest, they can go use the P3 app or the LincolnCrimeStoppers.com website. So those are the ways to get a hold of us.
There you go. And then again, this is the Lincoln Crime Stoppers website right here. Again, this case is listed on there, and again with a myriad of others. And Jared Mary with LPD again always says it's 50-50 basically. If you get put up on here, coin flip that we're gonna figure out who this is and who we need to talk to. Yeah,
and we've had some, and I think LPD's the same way, where we've had the person actually just come in and turn themselves in because they're like, hey, I'm on Crime Stoppers, and
I don't
like,
yes,
yes,
anymore.
you are, right? Yeah, right. Can you please take me off that? And we're like, well, we need to talk about this, and then we can, yes.
Yeah,
and so, yes, I think both entities have had, the person themselves see themselves on it and be like, hey, I'd like to be taken off that. So it works out pretty good. Yeah.
All right, so second case, and this is kind of, you're going to have to explain this to me in terms of what these individuals could be facing. Otherwise, they're just kind of being rude, which is kind of the title of the case.
Right.
We're looking for the owners of this white vehicle here.
Yep. We've kind of narrowed it down where we think it's like a 2012 Camry. And that's not very specific, right? But through our CCTV footage, and it kind of didn't come out really on the images that were submitted, but it has like aftermarket or specialized lights on the front that are bright yellow. Oh. So it's different than all your stock or standard Camrys or white sedans that would be driving around.
That would upset me if I was driving in front of this person.
Yeah, so they were like the bright yellow type lights that are on the front of it. So again, that's kind of why we wanted to bring this one to Crime Stoppers, just because if we can tell people and you see like, oh yeah, my neighbor down the street has a car that has some aftermarket lights that are bright yellow on the front of their white sedan, maybe we want to talk to them. Again, this case, these people were driving around campus yelling obscenities and different things at people, and a couple of the contacts got a little overzealous from these people. So again, if you're looking for crime, it would probably be disturbing the peace, because the conflict between the group or what they were yelling and how the interaction it got the people were a little in fear because of the aggressiveness and that kind of stuff. So that got us into a point where some peace was disturbed. So that's probably the charge they would be looking at this if we can identify them. From the description they gave, it was some college-age males that were in the car. But other than that, the car was by fast enough and the distance was there where they couldn't necessarily get a real good look at the people. So
the car is our only
the car is our identifying object with them. So probably early 2012-ish white sedan, but again, it's the aftermarket front lights that we're kind of more interested in. Yes, that would be something that, so if you have this car driving through your neighborhood, or it parks near you, or it's at your apartment complex where you're like, yeah, that car looks familiar, and the one that's in my neighborhood or complex has those specialty lights on the front, we'd love to come talk to you and see if we can find out who these people are.
Yeah, disturbing the peace charge. And again, just a reminder that, it doesn't take any effort to be nice and to not
zero, right? Yeah.
Yell at people out your car window.
Yep.
I don't know why people do that. I was in Target the other day, and they weren't yelling anything mean, but a bunch of kids just running around yelling profanities in Target. I'm like, why?
Why? Yeah,
why
it's interesting. Yeah.
So, and again, you mentioned it, Captain Pembleton, but again, these are the best ways to get in touch. If you do know something, you recognize those yellow headlights, again, with a white sedan, 402-475-3600 for an anonymous tip. You can call UNLPD, text them, LincolnCrimeStoppers.com, or you can download that P3 app where you may have a little conversation with Captain Pembleton here.
Absolutely.
He's like, does it have yellow headlights?
Yes, does it have?
Yes, it does. Okay. Is it a white car? Yes, it is. Okay. Then we want to talk more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
some simple facts.
Also, wanted to touch on last Saturday was beautiful weather.
It was.
For that football game.
It was.
Night games can kind of get a little rowdy sometimes. I think I had heard from the athletic department, though, things went pretty well.
It was
time
pretty
with
good.
Alcohol in the stadium, things went pretty well.
Yep. There are always some jitters for the first game and hiccups. We as I heard, one of the athletics, we had to wake the stadium up after being asleep since last season, right? And so there's always little things that you have to do to make sure you're working right, make sure all the systems are in play and that kind of stuff. Because you check them here and there, but until you get 80,000 people in the building and do all the things with all the stuff, it's hard to mimic that, right? You just can't on a daily basis. So, but no, for the first game, it was awesome. The Huskers looked great, and so it was good. And then we'll wash, rinse, repeat for this week. But weather changes a little bit for us. It's going to be hot. So if you're going to come down to the game, make sure hydration's key. Drink your water, stay hydrated. We'll be there to make sure any heat-related stuff we're on top of and that kind of stuff. But, yeah, just make sure we're staying hydrated for this game.
And about 90 for a high on Saturday. But that's, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, so maybe we'll sneak before that high.
Hopefully,
yeah.
But, when you're in there with 85,000 of your closest friends, it's probably already going to be feeling like 90 at the start of the game.
Yeah, and West Stadium won't really be a reprieve until probably the end of the game where that sun can maybe lean behind that.
And it's an issue I know you guys deal with every year. People are like, I'll be fine, and then all of a sudden you're feeling a little lightheaded, and you got to help someone, sit them down, give them some water, and all the rest of it.
Yep, the Red Cross and our medical partners are definitely busy these games, and so we want to give them some shout-outs and kudos because they huff it, because it's never like, hey, and it's funny, it's never being route to a medical on row 1. That's not. It's North Stadium, row 99. Yeah, you're like, oh, man. I don't think there's anything higher than 99. Like, yeah, you're right. That's the top. Good luck.
Man, yeah. Well, it makes sense because you got to huff it up all those steps.
Yeah, right.
So, and again, now with the combination of there being alcohol in the stadium, even more. Not saying there was never alcohol in the stadium before, but now it's appropriate to have it in the stadium or legal. But now even more important to mix in some water. Those Cornhusker crushers and all the rest of it.
I wouldn't know. They don't let us do that on game day. So at least not in my suite.
No, it's disappointing. All right. Anything else top of mind for you guys over there at UNLPD?
Nope. Just same old. Traffic is kind of a mess downtown a little bit here and there. So just take your time when you're driving just to campus or to the game. Use the Waze app if you're coming to the game, just so we'll get you directly to the entrance to your parking lot that we want you to use, just so you're in traffic flow.
And that's connected with LTU with the city of Lincoln. So it should have. And again, I know you can throw a rock and you hit a road closure now. It has all of that built into it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, but no, other than that, we're doing good. The Crime Stoppers is doing their trivia night, as our fundraiser coming up in November. So if you fancy yourself a sleuth in the trivia game, take a look on this. I think it's on the Crime Stoppers app. Come have a good time and support our cause, so that way we can keep this device that we use as Crime Stoppers alive to be able to get to the bottom of some of these crimes, because being able to publish this and send it out and have the rewards is a great tool for us, and it's awesome. So if you're a trivia sleuth, come out and have a good time that night.
This will be the night, and again, it's November 7th.
Yep.
Again, you can scan the QR code there for ticket information. They're trying to sell basically teams of 8 is what it is. And again, it's like $50 a person.
Right.
And all that money goes right back into this program.
Absolutely.
It pays me. No, I'm just kidding. It does not. It does not.
Yeah.
But again, to keep everything anonymous.
Right.
Because like we just said, it's 50-50, which is a pretty good rate for a Crime Stoppers program.
Yeah. And Jared's coming up with the questions, so they can't be too hard.
They can't be too hard, and you'll get to hang out with me because I'll be...
You're the MC that night.
I am the MC that night, and so...
We will be there.
I might break out in a spontaneous forecast. I don't know.
Right.
You'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Absolutely.
So, all right. All right, well, Captain Pembleton, appreciate your time, as always. Thank you. Appreciate everyone for tuning in, watching again, as always. Keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online, for all the latest. Until next time, hope everyone has a nice Wednesday.